Hey RC drivers, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to revisit the Tekno EB410.2. A little while back I gave you guys an overview video of the buggy, but no performance, no action, and today that's going to change. However, I've been really busy here at the workshop. So much stuff is coming in and I'm falling farther and farther behind, and I actually haven't been able to get to the track. So my friend Dean Barry, who helps out here at the channel behind the scenes of rcdriver.com, volunteered to help me out go run the buggy up at RC Madness. So you're going to see him talk about this buggy again and his thoughts of the performance and see some really cool action shot by Jeff at 413rc.com. He also did the edits on the video, came out really awesome. So it's not going to be a regular thing, but these guys are helping me out and I'd like to thank them for doing it. And now check out what Dean has to say about this awesome competition buggy.
What's going on, everybody? It's Dean with RC Driver. Hope you're all having a great day. A while back, I was lucky enough to do the full review of the Tekno EB410 four-wheel drive off-road buggy. The buggy was an absolute blast. It was fast, it handled well, and most importantly for a four-wheel drive buggy, it was durable. Tekno took that buggy, made some updates, made some revisions, and not that long ago, Greg, our fearless leader, did an overview of the 410.2. He unfortunately was unable to get it to the track, but here we are now with the Tekno EB410.2. We're going to give you just a quick overview. You could go and see Greg's video for the full overview, and then we're going to take this thing to the track to show you what it's all about. All right, so I'm going to talk about a few of the key changes to the EB410.2. Again, as I said, Greg has already done a full expose, so to speak, on this buggy. I'm just going to talk about a few of the key updates. Number one of those updates is the chassis. It's still a 7075 hard anodized aluminum chassis, but they've thickened the area where the front kickup is. They noticed people running on abrasive surfaces, that area would wear thin, and on a few, I saw a couple crack. They've updated that area. It's thicker. To make that area thicker, they had to make the B block a little bit thinner. So they made the B block a little bit thinner, the chassis a little bit thicker, and they've updated all of the suspension blocks in general, the A, B, C, and D blocks. They're all heavy duty and slightly updated for new suspension geometry. Another key change is the rear wing mount. The wing mount is now higher. It's one piece. The old wing mount was a multi-piece mount, and it's considerably more durable and beefy. You know, on a four-wheel drive buggy like this, if you land upside down, that wing mount is going to take some abuse. This wing mount is considerably stronger, more beefy, and it also uses a riser, so you can raise the height of the wing up by 5 or 10 millimeters. You can run it straight on the mount, rise it up 5 millimeters, or rise it up 10 millimeters. To go along with that new rear wing mount, Tekno has moved the rear shocks to the front of the shock tower. To accommodate for that, they've also come up with new rear suspension arms. The suspension arms aren't just changed to accommodate for the shocks being moved from the back to the front of the tower, but again, they're much more durable. They're beefier arms. They are not going to fail. Another change, they've updated the shocks. The shock cartridges on the .2 now have the X O-ring, a spacer, and then another X O-ring. On the original EB410, the O-rings or X-rings were stacked one on top of the other. So what would happen on a quick compression, on a big jump or a big landing, on a few of the vehicles, they noticed that the shocks might have been sucking in a little bit of air, changing the suspension characteristics through the run. By putting that spacer between the two O-rings, it really stops that from happening to make the shocks plush run after run and prevent them from sucking in any air. Tekno has also beefed up the hinge pins all the way around. It now has 3.5 millimeter thick hinge pins on all corners for the suspension arms. To accommodate for the 3.5 millimeter hinge pins, they've also had to update the pills at all four corners to have a bigger diameter to accommodate for the thicker suspension arms. One other thing, thank you Tekno for doing this, they've included sway bars with the kit. The original EB410 did not come with sway bars. That was an option for aftermarket parts. The EB410.2 comes with the front and rear suspension arms. Well done, Tekno. Great job listening to what the customers want. One last update I'm going to talk about is the front camber plate on the EB410.2. The new camber plate is bigger, it's thicker, it's stronger, and it doubles as a bulkhead stiffener. So again, the front end of this vehicle, where the most abuse is going to be taken, is considerably stronger than the original. As I said, there are other updates on the EB410.2, but I just want to talk about a few. Next up, we're going to talk about the running gear we decided to use on this vehicle. Okay, running gear. For the steering, I went with a Spectrum S6240 low profile servo. This servo has plenty of torque and plenty of speed to zip the tires from side to side. I also went with my Spectrum DX5 Pro transmitter and SR2100 tiny receiver. Fits right in the front corner of this vehicle. On all four corners, I went with Proline Prism carpet tires. These tires have a great compound and are sure to hook up on whether it's carpet, AstroTurf, or something else. To get the wheels spinning, I went with a Tekno RS Spec Gen 3 speed control. It's small, it's got a fantastic feel, and using the Tekno Hotwire or Bluetooth modules, you can program all the settings to your liking. I also went with a Tekno 13.5 turn motor. That seems to be the standard, that 13.5 turn for people running these in a stock or spec class. And I went with a ProTech motor cooling fan to keep that Tekno motor cool as a cucumber on hot summer days. All right, while I really love the Tekno EB410.2, there is one thing I hope Tekno does on future versions of this vehicle, and it's the same critique I had with the original version, the side-mounted fan. Please, Tekno, move it to the top just like the optional mount does. Not a big deal, but I think it would be better suited to have that mount on the top. Gets more air flowing around the motor, and again, having the fan against the body, I'm just not too much of a fan of that. What can I say? The Tekno EB410.2 is an absolute blast to drive. Just like its predecessor, it is fast, it is fun, and it is durable. This vehicle, I think though, it's definitely a little bit quicker in the corners. I think that can be attributed to the suspension geometry changes, like moving the shocks forward on the shock tower and a few of the other tweaks here and there. And again, they've made it even more durable. I didn't have too many problems with breakages before, and I don't think I'm going to have any problems with breakages this time. Tekno, again, they've done their homework. From phenomenal instructions, fantastic fit and finish of the parts, and on-track performance, you really can't go wrong with a Tekno vehicle. They do their homework, they listen to their consumers. This vehicle is glued. It takes corners tight. You grab the throttle, the back end sinks down, and it just launches itself forward through the corners, over jumps, You can navigate it through the air by applying the brake, applying the throttle, moving the wheels as you're jumping. There's nothing this vehicle can't do. All right, everybody, I hope you really liked this video today. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Leave us a comment below if you've got any questions. We'll do our very best to get to you. Subscribe to the channel. Click the notifications icon so you know when we post new content. And thank you for watching this video here at RC Driver.